Hello children, good evening everybody. This is Spins Educational Academy welcoming you for the English session. How are you all? In continuation of the discussion of the question paper for class 10, we discussed the foregoing 35 questions. This is the 36th question. Totally, as you all know, there are 47 questions. And this is 36th question I am going to discuss. A question like paraphrase the following stanza. Here a model, just for model I have selected the 4 lines from Machines. That is a poem prescribed for you. We can pull and haul and push and lift and drive. We can print and plow and weave and eat and life. We can run and race and swim and fly and dive. We can see and hear and count and read and write. So many verbs are there. Special feature is actually quality may not be there. Totally prosaic. The lines are just prosaic. You can just rewrite as a paragraph with no difference. There isn't any difference between poetry and prose as far as this stanza is concerned. Still, this stanza has been given for paraphrasing. How well can you do it? Just for example, suppose if you want to score just 3 marks, the minimum, totally 5 marks. If you want to score some 3 marks minimum, then rewrite as it is as a paragraph. Nobody will penalize you. Okay, you can be just sure of getting 3 marks because we can pull and haul and push and lift and drive. Just a minor change. That is, you have got the and between 2 verbs. We can pull and haul 2 verbs, haul and push 2 verbs, push and lift 2 verbs, lift and drive 2 verbs. So if you want to make it a sentence, you remove 1, 2, 3 ands. That is pull, comma, haul, comma, push, comma, lift and drive. That will be one sentence. Okay, that will be one sentence. That will be a perfect pakka paraphrase for the first line. And similarly, you can do for the second line also. We can print, comma, plow, comma, weave, comma, keep and light, full stop. Second line over. And then third line, we can run, comma, race, comma, swim, comma, fly and dive, full stop. Third line. Okay. And then fourth line, we can see, comma, hear, comma, count, comma, read and write, full stop. We just rewrite like this without any kind of deviation, okay, additional work and all. You can score 3 marks, minimum 3 marks. Suppose you want to score high marks like that. You can go for paraphrase like this, as I have just shown below. We, the machines. Who is this we? We, the machines. We the machines can do many things, can do several things. What are they? We can pull, haul, push, lift and drive. We can also print. Also, I have included also because in addition to the first paragraph, we can also print, plow, weave, eat and light, full stop. We can run, race, swim, fly and dive, third line without any change. We can see, hear, count, read and write, full stop, and see the additional sentence. All these creations of man only for man. Okay, man created the world for man. Okay, for himself. God created here, but here the creations, all these creations of man for making mankind easier and comfortable. Last line. Thus, we are capable of serving the humanity in multiple ways. Okay, but we cannot forget that we were invented. That is, the machines are speaking. The spokesperson, machines. The machines say that we were invented as well as designed by man for man. Okay, this will be a perfect paraphrase. You can do it in 101 other ways. If you are creative, imaginative, and if you have got more appeal, then you can do it in your own way, which may be better than the paraphrase I have given for you. Okay, this is how paraphrase. Here, the stanza given for paraphrase is not very difficult. You can just understand very easily. Sometimes some poems, will be very difficult to understand. So there actually you have to just think and you have to write. And as far as possible, without disturbing the printed lines, you try to write the paraphrase. Okay, fine. Next is how to perform well. Under how to perform well only we have been discussing this. 38 question, that is comprehension question. You have a comprehension question for general passage. That is a passage will be given, passage from prose, not from your prescribed prose, and one poem will be there just for paraphrase. This outside the text. So outside the text means, how are you going to do? What are you going to do? That is, for example, comprehension question. First of all, what is comprehension question? A paragraph will be there, a passage will be there. Passage will be followed by a set of questions. Here, 4 questions will be there. Okay. Now, first read the questions and then passage. Usually, you will read the passage normally and then you will go to the questions. Don't do it actually. First of all, read the questions. Okay. Read the questions and then go to the passage. Why? What is the idea behind this idea? This is a quicker and better way of understanding the passage. Okay. So, what is the idea of forming questions? How do they form questions? Questions they form. First of all, the reader, that is the person who frames questions based on the passage. He or she will go to the passage, read the passage, identify the important points, and for each important point, he or she will frame a question. Okay. So, first of all, read the passage, read the questions and then the passage. So, that is the first idea. And then second idea will be, for your answer, use the words and phrases from the question. As far as possible, the questions, 4 questions are there, means the 4 questions. Yes, yes. Okay. For your answer, to continue this, sorry for the disturbance. For your answer, what you do is use the words and phrases from the question. I just showing the example. Suppose you come across a question like, who governed shining? Okay, who governed shining? This is the question. Now, what will be the answer? You should not disturb the question in any way. The answer is just the word for who only. Who should be replaced by a despotic leader or some Tom or an Harry, like that. So, instead of who, you write the answer a despotic leader and don't disturb the question. You rewrite the question. A despotic leader governed shining. Governed shining, governed shining. This phrase is found both in the question as well as in the answer. Okay. He who has been replaced by a despotic leader. That is the answer. And the examiner also will look for that a despotic leader only. Okay. Don't trouble yourself and don't trouble the question. You can rewrite the answer like that. For example, the second question, like, did the people obey the governor's order? That is a question. Okay. The question is, did the people obey the governor's order? What type of question it is? Questions beginning with the do, did, does, is, am, was, are, where, etc. are yes or no questions. Okay. So, yes or no questions means answer will be either yes or no. If it is yes, you support your answer. If it is no, you support your answer. And the answer actually, the answer that follows yes or no is just a rewritten question. Like, did the people obey the governor's order? Yes, the people did and obey becomes obeyed. Yes, the people obeyed the governor's order. Okay, and then if it is if it is no, the people did not obey the governor's order. Okay, yes, the people obeyed governor's order. No, the people did not obey the governor's order. Between these two answers, affirmative, negative, only one can be the right answer. Just go for it. Okay, this is how you have to attend the question for comprehension. Next please. Here there is general comprehension. This is the 47th question, last question. Read the following paragraph taken from outside the text. Okay, general passage. Answer the questions given below. 4 into 2, 8 marks. Then when it is 8 marks, you have to be very careful, and 4 questions are there. And the questions are, I told you, go to the questions first. Okay, go to the questions first. What are the 4 questions? First question is, what is the meaning of the term junk food? What is the meaning of the term junk food? Okay, don't look at the passage, just listen to the questions. First question, what is the meaning of the term junk food? So the first question will tell you, okay, this passage is about junk food. Okay, this is not going to talk about social habit or behavior or animal or forest, moon, sun, etc. So this passage is going to talk about junk food. So your attention is just narrowed down to only junk food. It will just think about junk food only, and you will search for information in the passage about junk food. Okay, that is why first of all go to the questions rather than going to the passage. So first question itself just guides you like this. What is the meaning of the term junk food? And the title is not there. The title you can give title as junk food itself. Okay, you get that information also. Second question, what does junk food contain? What does junk food contain? What are the contents of junk food? Okay, what are the contents or the ingredients, okay, of junk food? And then number 3, so when you find this question, when you go through the passage, you will find out, you will search for these answers. You will search for these answers. What are the contents of junk food? Number 3, when do people prefer junk food? What time? What is the necessity? Where is the necessity for the people to go for junk food? Though junk food is totally disregarded and not recommended, still most of the people go for junk food. Why? What makes them go in search of junk food? Okay, that is, when do people prefer junk food? And then list some of the junk foods you like. So this is a general question. Even without referring to the passage, you can simply write your answer and score 2 marks. Okay, this is what I have been telling you about common sense. If you have common sense, you can score minimum 5 to 10 marks more than the other students who have prepared equally with you. Okay, so list some of the junk foods like. Now we will just go to the passage. The term junk food means a food that does not do good to the body, health in any way. That is the answer. That is the answer. So without any kind of change, disturbance, you can rewrite that sentence. You can lift the sentence to the passage and provide the answer for the first question. Junk food is, what is the question? What is the meaning of the term junk food? You can start your answer like this. The meaning of the term junk food is a food that does not do good to the body health in any way. That will be your perfect answer, which will score 2 marks without any kind of minus point. Second question. The second question is, what does junk food contain? You come to the passage. It is less nutritional and harmful to the body system. That is additional information. There is no question for this particular point, though the particular point is more valuable and information for you. Most of junk food, most of junk foods contain high level of saturated fats, sugar, salt, and bad cholesterol, which are toxin to the health. Which are toxin to the health is adverbial clause, that is adjective clause. Which are toxin to the health, which are poison to the health. That up to cholesterol is your answer. Junk foods contain high level of saturated fats, sugar, etc. up to cholesterol. So that is your answer to the second question. The second question actually, you need not again disturb it. You can lift it and you can provide the answer. Okay. Junk foods contain high level of saturated foods, sugar, salt, and bad cholesterol. Now, for example, sometimes these answers, this particular answers will be scattered in a passage. These answers will be found scattered in a passage. For example, part of the answer will be in the first paragraph. Part of the answer will be in the second paragraph. Part of the answer will be maybe in the third paragraph. That is difficult to comprehension. By way of collecting answer, you have to collect these points from the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, make it a paragraph, and then you have to provide the answer. But here it is not so. Just one sentence, junk foods contain high level. This is ready-made food, like another junk food, like you can straight away you can eat, you can go and eat. Junk foods contain high level of saturated fats, sugar, salt, and bad cholesterol. So that is your perfect answer for the second question. So you can reread the answer taken from the passage. Which are toxin to the health? They become lack of dietary fibers, so easily get involved in causing constipation and other digestive disorders. Junk foods have gained so much popularity because of the nice taste and easy to cook. These are all additional information about junk food, which is not necessary for you for providing answer to the asked questions. Popularity because of the nice taste and easy to cook. There are many ready-made junk foods available in the market, packed in the poly bags. Most of the people are dependent on such ready-made foods. Most of the people are dependent on such ready-made foods because is the clue word for you for the third question. What is your third question? Why people prefer junk food? When do people, when or why? Why do people prefer junk food? So this is the reason. Because of their busy schedule, they are not able to prepare their own food. They are not able to bring their own food, and they just go to junk food. Because of their busy schedule, or they do not know to cook food at home. If they don't find time, they don't know, they are not practiced, then go for junk food. So that is your answer to the third question. That is, the third question is, when do people prefer junk food? So you have to take part of the question. That is, people prefer junk food. People prefer junk food. That is the way in which you have to begin the answer, taking part of the answer from the question. People prefer junk food because of their busy schedule, or they do not know to cook food at home. This idea or this clue is not for everybody. If you are very creative, I would like to make the point very clear. This answer is, if it is for 99% of the students, there may be 1 or 2% of the people who may be very creative, imaginative, innovative, and they may be fond of providing their own better answers than the one provided by or recommended by the teachers. You are at your own liberty to prepare your own answer. You can go ahead. Okay, because there isn't one way in which all should write answers. Not necessary. It's not compulsory. Okay, and then fourth question: list some of the junk foods you like. A third answer: because of their busy schedule, or they do not know to cook food at home. Okay, afterwards, junk food, you have to list some of the junk food. If you find the last towards the close of the passage, Towards the close of the passage, you find noodles, burgers, pizza, French fries, Chinese dishes, and other varieties of fast food available in the market. I have underlined just for you number 4, followed by 1 noodles, 2 burgers, 3 pizza, 4 French fries, and then Chinese dishes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. These are the junk foods found in the market. Okay, list some of the junk foods you like. And it is not necessary that you have to lift the answer from this passage only. The passage gives you hint only. Some of the items which are not mentioned in the paragraph, maybe from outside the text, there may be other junk food, you may write that answer also. Suppose you may like one particular junk food which is not found here. Suppose you don't know the spelling for that. Suppose you don't know the spelling for a junk food which you like, then you will get caught. Therefore, don't take risk. So with the spelling, some of the items are available here. So you write, just to copy down, noodles, burgers, I like. Enough. I like pizza and French fries. Or I like only Chinese dishes. That is perfect answer. That's enough for you. Okay. So this is how you just you attempt on general comprehension. Okay. And unnecessarily don't take a lot of time and don't write too much. Don't write unwanted items and don't waste your time and don't exhibit your ignorance. Okay. And then we are going to I'm going to revise, not revise, additional questions and answers for the night the ghost got in. The night the ghost got in. We all enjoyed that ghost. Okay, ghost story about that old lady, a historical lady, and then the old father who was staying in the attic, who tried to shoot at the policeman and slapped him on the cheek and pushed him down, and the old man coming down to the ground floor to the dining table and seeking some water and all, etc. Okay, that we are going to see. No. So that is I think you will remember that. How many of you just read the original text? I don't know, and you have to read. You have to read. Okay. Only when you just read, I told you, I have been telling you. Only when you read the original text, your language will improve, develop. You will learn wonderful structures and expressions. Expressions, idiomatic expressions, very important to beautify your language. So you have to read and you have to evolve the kind of English for yourself. That's very important. General advice. Now, what is the sequence of happenings? First one, Grover. Okay, Grover, that is the author of the story. He is a narrator also. Grover suspected the steps to be mysterious. I have identified the chunks only, main important points only. Okay. Grover, first of all, suspected the steps to be very mysterious, very strange. Because at the time of at 1 o'clock like that, he heard the steps. He was not able to identify, he was not able to make out maybe his father, maybe his brother. But later on, the second thought tells them, both of them are not in station, out of station. Okay. Grover suspected the steps to be mysterious. So whose steps would be that? He had his own, suspicion. Next, he passed the message to Hermann, his brother, okay, who is already preoccupied with the existence of ghosts and frightened by ghosts so many times. Who was already frightened, became nervous. He immediately, what did he do? He rushed into the room and slammed the door. He rushed into the room and slammed the door. Beautiful words like frightened and slammed. These two words should get into your dictionary. Should get into your personal dictionary. That is your active vocabulary. That is, you should be able to use the words like frightened and slammed in your dictionary, in your expression, to make your language very rich. He passed the message to Hermann, his brother, who was already frightened, became nervous, nervous and becoming go together. Don't become nervous. That is an advice. Becoming nervous. Become will go with nervous only. Will become nervous. Don't be nervous also possible. Become nervous. Rushed into the room and slammed the door. Okay? Slam the door, shut the door or close the door with force. That is the expansion. Slam the door. Third sequence, third item, this heavy noise, that is slamming of the door, aroused, awakened the hysterical mother, assumed, another word for hysterical, very sensitive and emotional lady, assumed the entry of burglars. She thought in her own way. Hermann thought, Grover thought maybe ghost. Hermann thought maybe ghost. But this lady is different. She says maybe burglars, and immediately flung a shoe, threw a shoe at the neighbor. It is underlined, it's a red, it is underlined with a red mark. Why, you know? The spelling is B-O-U-R. B-O-U-R is British English. American English, B-O-R. If I remove U, that red line will go off. Okay? Neighbor's glass door and broke it. Okay? This is what that hysterical lady did. And then D. Yes. Sorry for ABC and 4, 5, 6. No, it's 4 instead of D. I put it 4. Fourth one, innocent Bodwells, the neighbor. Okay, a man Bodwell and mother, wife Bodwell. So innocent Bodwell's family got up and got irritated. However, they telephoned to the police on behalf of their neighbor. And then number 5, 8 cops with the reporter arrived late in the night by about 2 o'clock, early morning or late night, very late night, you can call it, early morning. Very early morning, 8 cops and with the reporter arrived late in the night, and they are just entering the room in their own way, created a pandemonium, created a hullabaloo, the word used in the text. A lot of noise they created, and 8 people they are coming, you know, and they should show that they are police people and they are the security people and they have authority and power because they have been invited by you, know, created a pandemonium in their usual style. Usual style means usual can be replaced by rough and very coarse manner. Usual style. Sixth one, the grandfather mistook the cops for the soldiers who deserted the army. So that is his premonition, his understanding. The grandfather mistook the cops for the soldiers who deserted the army, and he cannot like this, and he considered that as disloyal to the nation. Therefore, he took them for disloyal people, deserters from the army. So he attacked them. Okay, he did not question, he did not discuss, he did not seek any clarification from Hermann or Grover. Okay, and he attacked them and grabbed the gun and shot at one of them. That's the thing he did actually. Finally, seventh one. Finally, in the morning, the grandfather very coolly gave the tired family information about his visit to the dining room in the middle of the night for water. Till then, the morning, even in the morning itself, you know, the sound, the noise that came from the ground floor, that was footsteps round and round the dining table, okay, the dim light, they were not aware of the reason. Only this man now, he just unfolded that he visited dining room just for water, for drinking water. Nobody had left water for him on the bed. So seeking water, he came down and made the noise and silently went to the attic. So finally in the morning, the grandfather very coolly gave the tired family information about his visit to the dining room in the middle of the night for water. That is the suspense of the story. You just please read the passage again. Lot of vocabulary items, lot of expressions you will understand. I told you about Uncle Podger hangs a picture. It's a story. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. It's a comic character. A wonderful, only just a small lesson. I taught them to the higher secondary children about 20 years, 30 years ago. in the 70s and 80s, I taught them. That is Uncle Porger hangs a picture by Jerome K. Jerome. And if you come across it, you can just find out very easily from the net. Jerome K. Jerome means, all the stories, short stories will appear. Or Uncle Porger, enough for you to get the story on the screen. To read the story, you will laugh like anything. Just the theme is very simple theme. Uncle Porger is a comic character, it's a very light-hearted, light-mind man. The job is actually hanging a picture on the wall. Hanging a picture on the wall. That is a small assignment. That assignment comes there. Immediately he says, he calls all the people in the house. Don't come anybody here. It's a very simple job, and this is an artistic way. I have to hang it. I will hang it myself. Don't come and disturb me. And if you all come, I will just hang it in a precarious manner, and that will be ugly and all. Okay, and that should hang on the wall in a wonderful way. Just leave the job to me. Don't disturb. Okay, like that. It's a very elaborate introduction. If you'll begin the business, and what happens throughout the story is wonderful thing. And finally, the picture will be hanging precariously on the wall. Okay, not straight, horizontal, vertical, in a very precarious, making an angle, indecent angle to the floor, and he will have disturbed everybody in the family. And he himself will be totally physically tired and mentally upset, and that will be the end of the story. Uncle Porger hangs a picture. Such a character now our grandfather. Okay. Next, we'll. I told you about next. Next, the night the ghost got in. Okay, that's a story from some vocabulary, important vocabulary, and vocabulary enrichment. Some of the words here, they may be active vocabulary, passive vocabulary. Passive vocabulary, it's not necessary for you, because hullabaloo, patrolman, okay, cadence, a good word, attic, no problem. Trod is an normal word. Tiptoed, good word. And despondent, wonderful word. Beagle, a passive vocabulary. Beagle means dog with a short hair. It's a variety. Okay, it's a family. And then seized, good word. Stop, seized, came to an end. Seized, stop. Gripped means held. Grip. Sentence, grip, held. Hold, held. Slammed, shut the door with force. And aroused, awakened, just awakening somebody. The noise aroused the mother, hysterical mother sleeping. The slamming of the door aroused. Okay, there you come across the word. Hullabaloo means loud noise made by excited people. They just make a lot of noise. They disturb the scene, loud noise with their behavior, physical behavior. That is hullabaloo. And then patrolmen, security people. Police on duty. Cadence means rhythmic and musical. And attic, a room on the terrace, I told you. And the trod, walked. The sentence is treed, trodden. This for just walking, it's a manner of walking. Treed, trodden. And then again, tiptoed. Again, it is a manner of walking. Tiptoed, walking on one's toes in order to avoid noise while walking. Okay, walking on one's toes, not with the full feet. Despondent, so hopeless, dejected, unhappy. Very simple meaning, unhappy, despondent, hopeless, and dejected. For ordinary situation, you are not supposed to use despondent. Or why do you look despondent? You can't ask ordinarily. Suppose you meet your friend and he is very sad. You just identify the sadness on his face. You cannot ask, why do you look despondent? Okay, that will be ridiculous. There you have to use only, why do you look unhappy? I find some kind of reason. I find some kind of, you seem to be very unhappy. Why? May I know the reason? Like that you have to ask. Are hopeless, dejected, despondent. These are all serious terms. And still, despondent has got its own place. Suppose you want to write an essay, you have your liberty to use the word despondent to show your vocabulary enrichment. I know so many words. There you can just use. For ordinary situations, just be content with the happy, sad, like that. Beagle is a dog with short hair, and the seized, stop, the grip means held, slam, shut the door with force, arouse, awaken. Okay, and then continues, the word list continues from the night the ghost got in. Peer means look very closely. Okay, stare, just stared at him without knowing who he is, like that, stared. And venture, take a risk. Venture means take a risk. Venture can be used as a noun as well as a verb. With using venture, you have got a proverb also. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That is no pains, no loss. No pains, no gains. No pains, no gains. If you don't have pains, no gains. Suppose work hard and try to get the gain. Okay, that is a proverb. So similar proverb here is nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't venture, you can't gain anything. That is the meaning of the proverb. Gruffly means sadly, very sadly, gruffly, sadly. Intuitively, that is instinctively, based on feeling. Immediately something will come to you. Some danger is going to happen, like that. Some kind of feeling, inner feeling, that is intuition, called intuition, intuitive, instinctively. Flung means throw with the force. Flung is past tense of fling, F-L-I-N-G, fling, flung, through with the force. That is, that old lady flung a shoe at the neighbor's house glass door and broke it. No, there you come across the word flung. Whammed means hit something forcefully. Wham, whack, like that. Commendably, commend means praise. Commendably is adverb. Commendable, adjective. Okay, commendation, the kind of certificate. Commendably with admiration, admirably, praising. Streak of gleam, ray or beam of flash. That's the meaning. Streak of gleam. And then horse means rough. You have got another word also, coarse, C-O-A-R-S-E, coarse. Coarse also meaning coarse, that their coarse cloth. For Kadak they use say coarse. Coarse means rough. Here it is rough. It refers to the voice, coarse voice. Rending means breaking or tearing. Breaking or tearing. Rend, R-E-N-D. Rend, present tense. Past tense of rend is rent, R-E-N-T, rent. Okay, breaking and tearing. Crisscross means zigzag. Crisscross, this way and that way. Crisscross. Okay, and then bounded means enclosed or surrounded. Bounded, bounded from only from bounded, no boundary. The word comes. Bounded, enclosed or surrounded. That is the last word. Bounded, I think, it's the last word. We'll continue with the list is still more. In the next session, we'll continue. Okay. Till then, take rest for some 5-10 minutes like that. Thank you.